According to Scott, Fox News, COVID-19 has been devastating on people of color. So people of color comprise of African Americans, Hispanic Latinos, and Asian Americans. In other words, that is to mean people of color refers to people who are not considered white. You know, maybe people from Asia, people from Africa, and people from South America. All those are under the category of people of color. Maybe you're wondering, what am I if those guys who look brown to you are actually people of color? That's how they are referred in America. Maybe, maybe I fall under the category of people of extra color, but you know, that is beside the point as of now. So this is what is important here. All across the world right now, every country is struggling with the COVID-19 pandemic. And it's really sad news here in the United States when you look into the numbers. The numbers represent facts. And in this video, the main intention, I just wanted to break down, crunch a few numbers from 3 states of the 50 states in America. It's in the public domain that New York City or New York State is the most affected with the crisis. Other states are affected as well, but because the epicenter in the United States is New York, then that is all over in social media and mainstream media, so that gets to a lot of people. But then this COVID-19 crisis is just everywhere, even around here where we live, and it's really scary. It's actually scary, and to some level, it's very hard to avoid visiting the grocery stores. Most people of color are not really able to survive without work here in the United States. Relatively life is expensive, but based on how this one goes, we might have to break that down in other videos. So in this one, so in the state of Wisconsin, the world population, 6% of the world population of the state in the state of Wisconsin is representative of African Americans. But of the deaths that are reported there, 40% they are African Americans. So the rest represent the other people, the Hispanic Latinos, the whites, and the Asian Americans. The other people, but these other people are also disproportionately affected compared to the whites. The whites in this regard. In the state of Louisiana, 32% of the state are African Americans, but they represent 60% of the deaths that are occurring in that state now. In the state of Kansas, 6% of the world population of the state of Kansas are African Americans. But the number of COVID-19 deaths, the fatalities, people who are dying, they represent 30%. 30% of the people who are dying. So what these numbers means, just to put them in a more simple perspective, maybe. So the numbers mean this. So if we have 100 people who are okay, if in a sample that represents 100 people, 6 are African Americans in the state of Wisconsin, and if we have 100 deaths, and then 40 of them are African Americans. 40 of the deaths are African Americans. 40 of the 100. They are 6 of the 100, but if we have 100 deaths, then they are 40 of the 100. And the rest, which is 60, represents predominantly people who are dying would be Hispanic Latinos, and a few other whites. Those are the numbers there. So you can crunch the numbers and you can see for yourself that it's disproportionately high for African Americans. I fall in that category of people of color. We can do the classification further. So what that means, it's that in the state of Wisconsin, black Americans, that is African Americans, they face 34 more deaths. I don't know. Those numbers, maybe there are other factors that contribute to that, but maybe we're gonna look into that later. So in the state of Louisiana, 100 people, a sample of 100 people, 32 are African Americans. 100 COVID-19 deaths, 60 African Americans. 28 extra. Of the 40 remaining, predominantly Hispanic Latinos. Wow. That's really sad news, man. If you look at those numbers, if you look into the numbers and, stop the bracketing of everything. Oh, we have COVID-19 deaths. Let's go deeper and see what actually happens in the numbers. So the last state I was analyzing is the state of Kansas state. Kansas, if you see 100 people in Kansas, 6. So 6 people are African Americans in 100 people in the state of Kansas. 100 COVID-19 deaths, 30 African Americans, difference 24. So the question is, who cares? That is important for you to ask, who cares? But then, because now we are living in a new normal, it's important that, maybe we get this information. Information is power, and see how we use it going forward in preparation for any other. We might have another pandemic in another 100 years. I know the Spanish flu was in 1918, but who says we might not have another pandemic in a few other years maybe coming? We might be near getting a treatment or a vaccine. Nothing yet that is confirmed. But until then, it's important that we understand what is really happening, and if there is something that we can do, then try to change it. I just don't know. In another video, I might be analyzing some of the factors that impact the numbers that we've crunched tonight in this video. So, I wanted to do a lot in this video. That is for me. Cheers.